All right, so the plan today is it's freaking legs. Now, my leg days I like to keep relatively straightforward, right? Most of my workouts are super straightforward. We're gonna start with the hardest part of the lift, which in my case is gonna be deadlift, and then we're gonna go into some squats, second hardest part of the lift, then into our basically accessories from there. Leg curl, leg extension. Can't remember if I added something else after that. I'm trying to think. I think that's pretty much. I have RDLs, but not today. No RDLs today. RDLs go on my lighter deadlift days because I'll do a heavy deadlift day every 4 days and a heavy or a lighter deadlift day every 4 days. And so that's how it kind of completes the 8 day cycle. So it's officially been 8 days since my little back kind of twinge, I guess, more of a hip thing. It was my lower right side of my hip, kind of my SI joint area. Just a bit of irritation, bit of inflammation, and I don't want to anger it. I don't want to anger it anymore by doing some heavy deadlift on last leg day. So today we're doing heavy deadlift. It's been 8 days, so we should be fully ready to frickin' go. Just gotta keep a close eye on my form. I don't feel that fatigued, so I should be pretty. It should be pretty straightforward when it comes to deadlift movement. I'm also pretty carbed up. I've had about 200 grams of carbs today, so I should be pretty carbed up for the frickin' lift. As far as squats, I've been practicing my balance, so that should definitely help. My biggest issue with squats currently is balance, is my knee mobility, and so we're working on that because sometimes, probably once every leg day, I have like a little moment where I gotta like reposition on squats because my knees are drifting or something, weight is shifting for some reason, side to side or whatever. Balance is weird. That's the trickiest part, because that's why I love plat squat. It's such a good quad movement, and I really love just destroying quads, I guess. But also because I can't get lower than 90 because of my knee mobility on regular like wide stance squats. So that's just a little tricky thing about it. But today, yeah, I'm excited. I've had people ask me about like deadlift when it comes to, why do you do deadlift at all? Deadlift's not really an optimal movement for muscle growth. And what I say to that is because it's freaking cool. It's pretty freaking exciting. I really enjoy deadlift, and I want to keep doing it just because, I'm excited. I'm excited to freaking deadlift, man. I'm excited to get in there. And, I honestly have not seen fatigue get to a point with deadlift where I have to kind of reorganize or cut back or probably switch around any of my workouts or movements. I've never had deadlift force me into a rest day. I can't say that that'll always be the case, but I can say that for the foreseeable 6 months, I can slowly be working up on my deadlift. If I do get to a point, though, where I feel like, I'm hitting 385, 375 deadlift for reps, not sure why, but for some reason I'm like just going down in weight, going down in reps, and I'm getting good sleep, maybe time to reconsider it. But for now, I'm going to freaking do it as long as I can. I really enjoy it. I don't want to prioritize squat and bench if I'm doing deadlift as well. I don't think it'll take away from that. I don't. As of right now, I don't think it will. Once I get more advanced at squat and bench, I do think that it might take away from that in terms of fatigue. Because heavy bench and heavy squat 100% can be super fatiguing. I don't disagree with that. So, do I foresee phasing out deadlift? Maybe in the future. That's a long ways away, though. That's, 8 months, possibly even a year away. That's in the future. But as for now, I'm gonna do it just because I freaking enjoy it. And I'm still building up my spinal erectors, just because that's the only really lower back work I get right now. And why do I not train my obliques? I don't train my obliques abs. Um, and the reason why I don't do that is because I have some good oblique abs. They're hidden under some fat just a little bit right now. But yeah, I really have terrible spinal erectors. I think that the hip hinge movement of deadlift is really helping with that. Will I continue to do RDLs after deadlift? Yeah, probably for a long time. Like, I will do RDLs for a long, long time. I just don't know if competition deadlift is going to be necessary in terms of fatigue. Like, I right now, currently, well, I don't know about that because I'm doing heavy deadlift, so it probably affects that to some extent. But I do like RDLs. I do like 205 for 12, nice and slow with a squeeze. I could probably go a bit heavier if I wasn't doing heavy deadlift. But today we're not doing RDLs. That's going to be next leg day. But, yesterday, sorry. Yesterday was freaking sick. Yesterday's arm day was really fun. I enjoyed that quite a bit. I think tomorrow may be a bit of a shorter workout just because I'm observing some surgeries in the morning for my internship, and then I'll have to figure out when I'm going to the gym at that point. I might just have to run to the gym as soon as I finish up at the hospital, because what's likely going to happen is I'm going to finish up at 3 or 4, and then I've got a gathering, a high school friend group get together from 2 years ago at I want to say 7. So I'll probably just speed off to there. I've also got a wedding coming up, so I might have to hit a workout and then do a quick change, quick costume change, and then run over. But that's gonna be it for me in terms of yap. Let's get warmed up and get into freaking heavy deadlift. was leg day. I think I need a nap now. That was hard, man. Oh, man. That was tough. Those last, like, few sets of, like, it's not a lot of movements. Compared to, like, my chest or arm days, it's, like, 4 or 5 exercises, I'm trying to think. Like, and somehow, I'm dead. Like, I was so, like, I wasn't upset, but I was a little confused about how if you look at the third set of squats, I think I only got like 7 reps, I think. 7 reps, something like that. Which I'm not sure why. I think like fatigue or something. But I just felt on like that rep, I just felt like I hit a wall. It was the craziest thing. I don't know. It was... Hi. Go. Yeah, go. Sorry. Anyway, that was freaking legs. I did some abs after that last set of tricep, or what am I even saying? I don't know the words that are coming out of my mouth right now. I did some abs after those leg extensions. Dude, I don't know what happened. I started feeling like I was gonna freaking throw up, like, around like when I started leg curls, I just felt sick. And I think it's because I had just like I had a good amount of carbs before my workout, but most of it was sugar. And so I think like having, chocolate milk, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, freaking Rice Krispies, like, I think that kind of just cooked my stomach. And that's what caused that kind of like churning feeling. Once I like got the started kind of digesting, my stomach just felt disgusting. I was like churning. And also, if you look at the first set of of freaking deadlift, I'm using I started using Olympic plates because, and here's my theory behind it. All the plates in England are kilograms. So I'm going to need to get used to loading deadlift on kilograms because I'm going to be there for 6 weeks. I leave for London in 2 weeks, and I'm going to be there studying abroad for 6 weeks. I don't even know what gym I'm going to go to because I'm in like a really nice part of town, which means that there's probably not too many good gyms there. So there's probably an Anytime Fitness or something, but obviously the filming policy is jack. So I think what's likely going to happen is I'm going to start loading because they have Olympic plates at this gym that I go to right now. So I think likely what is going to happen is I'm going to have to start loading it that way. If you see, I did 150 kilograms, I think, which is 330 pounds. So considering I got it for 5, I would still consider that progression compared to last leg day, because I haven't lifted more than 5 reps on 325 in 12 days, because I did 325 for 5. The next leg day I did 325 for 5 again and kind of hurt my SI joint. Then the next leg day after that, I took it easy, getting back into it. I did some 245 for 4 or 5 pause reps, and now we're back to 325, except today I did 330 because that's the closest thing I could get with those plates. But there were these powerlifting dudes. They're like 6'2" and 6'1", tall dudes. I'm like 5'10", 5'11", and so these dudes are there, and they were doing like 4 red plates, which is like, I want to say like 500 pounds, 480 pounds or something. And I freaking like go over, I'm like, that's an insane amount of weight. I'm like, just out of curiosity, why don't you guys use straps? And one of the guys is like, well, because in powerlifting competitions, they don't allow them. And I was like, oh, that's crazy. I didn't know that. Cool. I was like, do you think I should use straps? And they're like, do you want to do powerlifting? And I was like, not really. I just do it because it's fun. And they're like, then probably use straps. I was like, okay. But then I was like introducing myself and everything. I was like, you guys got Instagram? Let's follow each other, Let's keep the networking going. And he just freaking like ignored me and started talking to his friend again. And I was like, all right. So I like racked my plates. I was done anyways. And I racked my plates and I go, y'all have a good day. No response. And
that happens sometimes, man. It happens. But you gotta keep being positive. You gotta stay friendly, regardless of if people give you the cold shoulder. Some people are just jaded in this world. Some people are sad, and you may not even recognize it, but like your positivity may genuinely just brighten someone's day, bro. Like, that might have been exactly what that person needed to hear. Do I think so? Probably not. But, you know, in the future, I'm gonna continue to do that. You know, I'm gonna continue to be friendly and outgoing because, you know, those dudes might just need some support. I think we should just be supporting each other, man. Like, that's kind of what the gym's about. Call me a cornball, you know? I want to freaking, like, encourage as many people as I can to get after it. But it's as simple as that. So, that was leg day. I did some calves off camera, too, by the way. I don't think you guys want to see that. It's not very, like, cool to film. It's not very cool for you guys to watch, so I probably won't do that. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow for probably a shorter chest day. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, I don't know. I guess we're just gonna have to see.